told you that the single most important thing you can do to keep your customers is to say thank you. What would that business of yours look like? This concept comes from Gary Vee, who emphasizes empathy and gratitude for his customers in order to retain them. And that's how you build loyalty. In this video, we'll discuss the thank you economy and how you can capitalize on the simple word of saying thank you in order to drive your business, keep your customers, and more importantly, not only keep them, but make sure they're happy and have them coming back for more. So let's get started. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about thanking his customers. He gives an example of sending a bottle of wine with a huge thank you note. And even though the customer didn't purchase from him, he told his friend about the thank you note, and his friend made a $6,000 purchase of wine, which is pretty cool. So for this Christmas, I actually sent out 40 thank you notes. One of my customers did respond with a thank you, and also he gave me more work. So what is the thank you economy? It's a shift from a sales approach to a authentic experience with your customers. Some may argue that building a authentic relationship and being yourself is part of building rapport in the sales process. But it's actually a little bit different, because in sales, although you focus on the customer and their needs and wants, with the thank you economy approach, it's more about building a longer relationship entirely based on gratitude and giving out almost like freebies. So giving thank you notes, free products, and of course some people will just take the free products and then they won't do anything with it. But guess what? When somebody gets something for free or thank you, they talk about it. They may not make the purchase themselves, but their friends may end up making a larger purchase than the initial customer that you were targeting. I took a few notes on what are the essential pillars of the thank you economy to kind of help structure this episode. So let's get started. What is the impact of gratitude when you thank someone? Just think about when someone has said to you that they're grateful or thankful what you've done for them. And more importantly, what if they've written a handwritten note and even drew something? How did it make you feel? Well, first of all, it's locked in your memory. And now that person or that company is in your mind because they've told you thank you. They made you feel special, validated, appreciated. They didn't make you feel like a data point in their sales process. You're more likely to actually want to engage with that person if you've received a thank you. So this is why gratitude is super important. And as we go into this digital world where we strongly focus on automation, we forget the authenticity of connection and the authenticity of doing business with people that are just like us, that share values. So it's really important to focus on gratitude. Next, engagement and interaction. So think about when you thank your customers and your clients, they feel heard and appreciated. It's validation and connection, but more importantly, they feel seen. They feel understood. You're looking at them as a person, not only as a consumer, and super important. This is what you need to build loyalty. Loyalty is not just providing perks and points. Loyalty is checking in with your customers and saying, how are you doing? Checking in and saying, hey, it's your birthday. Thank you. I remember I had a dentist appointment and I didn't have the best experience with this dentist in Manhattan, but the following year they sent me a happy birthday note and a thank you. And guess what? I went back to that dental office. They had a few dentists there. So I asked to see another dentist, but I was grateful that they remembered my birthday. And not only that, they gave me an additional 10% off. I remember that I just enjoyed that experience. Those small loyalty perks and those small points of authenticity, points of connection really go a long way. In Valencia, Spain, I purchased my organic products from Veritas. And not only do they have a point system, they also remember my birthday. There's a gentleman that always greets me. They have a lot of products on sale. I am always going there because they make me feel special and they always say thank you for your purchase. And that's what you have to do. It's these small little points of saying thank you, these small moments of gratitude that bring the loyalty and bring and retain those customers and clients. This whole whole concept of thank you economy, although Gary Vaynerchuk talks about it, it's nothing new. Zappos, the famous shoe brand, has started doing that. And even Tom's toothpaste brand, and they do a lot of other products, they went further and they actually work with local communities and charities, and it's creating this social impact. And the thank you economy is the starting point for creating social impact, building communities, and retaining those customers. Now, how do you apply the thank you economy in your business? So let's say you have a e-commerce store or a brick and mortar store where you sell, let's say, vacuum cleaners. So let's take these two examples. So the e-commerce store, you can begin by sending thank you notes with gift cards for the holidays or for the birthdays. You can also customize your emails, and not just customization in terms of specifically addressing the email by your name, but also maybe adding an extra note. And that comes from your customer relations system. You have a database where you can pull up those private information about your customers and clients. So it's really creating an extra layer of customization in your emails when you're sending out emails and you're sending out these thank you notes, or simply having one of your interns call the highest paying customers and clients just to say, hi, we just want to thank you for your business, and asking for feedback. How are you liking the services so far? So it's as simple as sending an extra layer of customization in your newsletter or calling the customers. You could do this with vacuum cleaners or screwdrivers. It doesn't really matter, because that 5-minute effort can not only bring you an additional sale, but also a customer, because referrals are super important, and you know that. I think when I wrote the 40 Christmas cards, I spent about 20 hours, and mind you, it may not immediately translate to business because we are still in the holiday season, but you bet that it could translate to new customers or clients in the next 6 months. It might not be right away. And when it does, I'm actually going to create a video on that. If you're enjoying this video and this channel, make sure to subscribe, because you'll get tips, strategies, and frameworks and insights to tools that help you in your personal and professional growth. And a lot of what we talked about, Get By, Make It with Alice, tools that you need to succeed, but not only that, also live a more meaningful life. And the quality of joy is really what we're talking about. And it's like, how do we hack the system? How do we come up with innovative and creative ways to build stronger relationships, communicate better, make more money? And essentially, it's really about being a better person. I'm not going to talk about strategies on how to make $10,000 a month. You can look that up on other YouTube channels. There's a lot of them. I'm really going to talk about the mindset and the way to communicate to get what you want. And it's really to get what you want. And remember, it doesn't all come at once. So it's a process. We're always going to talk about that. I wanted to come to the end of this video and just sum up that when you're thinking about the thank you economy, you can start with small steps. I think it's any goal that you have in life starts with small steps. And that is to encourage the concept of gratitude among your staff, for your client base, your customers, and show appreciation that you care about them beyond their business. And if you can master that, I guarantee that you will be much happier, and so will your customers. In the next video, we're going to talk about the future of remote work. So stick around, and if you like this episode, please leave your comments. And as always, do the best that you can every day.